Hi, I'm Zach Cowie. I'm a former record label person turned music supervisor, and I've always been a DJ and record collector. So, a music supervisor is responsible for any music that you hear in a show or a film. Uh, your biggest job is working with the other decision makers, which are like showrunners, directors, writers, producers, uh, in coming up with the source music that you hear. But you also do play kind of a middleman role between those creatives I mentioned earlier and the composers who do the score for the project. So it's a lot. It's a lot, and I don't know. I just kind of I fell into it, so I'm still very much learning. I've only been doing it for like about 4 or 5 years. My work is to support the stories that we're telling, and music is ultimately just a tool for that. So I have to understand the emotional arcs that all these people are going through and all these stories are going through, and just sit right below them. And that's something that I feel like a life of listening has prepared me for, especially because I don't know how to play anything. Like I can't even play chopsticks, you know. So my way of understanding music is always based on feeling, and I think it translates really well into this job for me. Like I can read a script and be like, I know what I'd play if that happened. Or like, ooh, that happened to a friend of mine. This is what I would have played. But yeah, that's really my job, is to kind of listen with my heart more than anything analytical. Every project is going to have a different kind of workflow to it. Master and None, I got really lucky because I knew Alan and Aziz beforehand, the creators of the show. So I was able to start from outlines, even before some scripts were finished, we were talking about music. And that's a really rare and great opportunity because you can kind of bake the music into the project. But there are quite a few things, like some movies I'm on now, that I show up in post when everything is shot. And there's even, at that point, some music that has been added by other people, like writers, directors. So, whenever possible, I like to be there at the very beginning, because I've found that music is one of the greatest tools to bring a lot of people to the same place quickly. And if we can start passing out, like, even just like little mixtapes, it gets everybody's head in the right place pretty quick. I got into it in the same way I've kind of gotten into most things, which is I just followed music there. My true love and what I think about all day is records, and I'm always telling people about them, playing them for people, and that has put me in the right place at the right time on quite a few circumstances, and that's really how I got started as a supervisor. A friend of mine, Sonny Levine, who's a great record producer, he was asked to work on a film called Celeste and Jesse Forever that's Rashida Jones and Andy Samberg, and he was going to do the score, and they needed somebody to do the source stuff. And I came up in the conversation, got that job, and then I got Master None, which is the thing I did after that, because those guys saw that movie. So it was always just kind of do something, somebody sees it, a new opportunity shows up. At this point, I've gotten a bit a bit philosophical about it. I think a lot of the best things in life happen from those natural occurrences. The career kind of stuff that I've really tried for has always sort of backfired. The good stuff just kind of shows up when you don't look for it. just put as much music as you can into the world and watch as many films as you can. That's how I got these jobs, is I just became known as a person who was always looking for music. Like I did, well, I mean, worked at labels forever, so put out a lot of records and worked on a lot of records. But I always was doing radio, DJing like 4 or 5 nights a week, and trading and, you know, being part of a collector community. And, you know, I was just in front of a lot of people with a lot of records, and that's how I got into all this.